Please fire Matt Eberflus and Shane Waldron. Welcome into Bears Now. It is time for our post-game show. And just when you think it can't get much worse, you lose to the Patriots at home, 19-3 as a 6.5-point favorite, the largest favorite since Matt Eberflus has become your head coach. 6.5 is the biggest favorite you've been. And you just get embarrassed from start to finish. We'll get to the quarterback. He has just looked lost since the bye week. The O-line can't block. The defense is regressing. It's all gone to shit. I get it. You got a lot of injuries, but it's pretty clear what has to happen now. And the only question is, does Ryan Poles have the nuts to do it? You have got to fire the head coach. You cannot wait till the end of the season. You're getting this quarterback killed. You're wasting games with him on his rookie contract. This cannot continue any further. It just cannot. You cannot continue to trot out this product because these reps, especially late in these games and the game's over, there's no value. I mean, and there's no value. And Flus is going to go up there and say, yeah, we're working on our 2-minute drill. That's what he said last week. Really? An 8-yard curl route on 4th and 20? That's practicing situational football? It's not – I'm like beyond the angry phase. I'm just like, it's so obvious. Like, you have to get this guy out of here. And you got to take Waldron with him. You got to take Waldron with him. So you guys sound off, and then I'm going to tell you exactly what I would do in terms of the coaching mechanism changes. But get the fire Fluses in the chat. Use the emojis. Type it out. It doesn't matter. Get the fire Fluses in the chat down below and let your voice be heard. Because what you need to do immediately is fire Flus tonight, fire Waldron tonight. I'll add Chris Morgan to that list as well. And you make one of two people the interim head coach. Either John Hoke, longtime defensive backs coach, or Richard Hightower. I was thinking of his name for a sec. Special teams coordinator. Don't really care. Make one of them the head coach. Eric Washington, the DC, takes over as the defensive play caller. He's already the defensive coordinator. And Thomas Brown takes over as the offensive play caller. And that's what you do. And you try to spark something, but you're making changes for big picture reasons. Like, you're not trying to find lightning in a bottle here, but this team is quit. You can't keep – 328 to 142 in total yardage to the Patriots, they're atrocious. And you watch them, they're fired up, and they're jumping around on the sideline. That's a team playing for their coach. That's a team fired up. The Bears have no energy, lackadaisical, getting their quarterback sacked 9 fucking times. And at one point in this game, late in the game, Williams got sacked again. It was either the 8th or 9th time. You know who helps him up? Not one of your dudes who whiffed. Anthony Jennings, I believe, for the Patriots. He helped Williams up and tapped him on the head, like gave him some encouragement. The opposing team feels sorry for your quarterback, and you can't even get him up. Like, bro, that is fucking embarrassing. You should get cut if you give up a sack and let the defensive player help him up. Are you fucking joking me? That is so piss poor. That is so embarrassing. Like, regardless of all the issues, you're not going to get your quarterback back on his feet when you're getting him killed. Unacceptable. Unacceptable behavior. And we could talk about how Caleb's struggling with decision-making and accuracy and all this stuff. It's all valid. But the coaching is atrocious. The O-line's a joke. No one gets open, hardly ever. They show all these replays, and it's like, all 5 guys are guarded up. Nowhere to go with the ball. And sure, he's missing throws, no doubt. Like, Caleb's not playing as well as I expected him to this year, especially the last 3 weeks. He got on a roll heading into the bye, and I don't know what's happened, but he just looks lost. He's never been a guy that looks like someone who lacks confidence. Even when they started losing last year at USC, I never saw that. You're seeing it now. It's the Bears effect, baby. It's the Bears effect. They try to coach these quarterbacks into not making mistakes. He continues to not have a turnover in like 5 weeks now. But it's like, are they overcoaching him? Remember when Justin said, I feel like I'm robotic out there? I'm not playing freely? Feels like Caleb's not playing freely. Feels like Caleb's not playing freely. It's just no matter what they do, they fuck up quarterback development. Only 69 team passing yards because of the amount of sacks you took. 2.4 yards per play. 2.4 yards per play. I mean, this is the Browns 3 years ago. 4 years ago, whatever, in 2021. It's the same shit over and over again. Poles, Warren, George, anyone. Your fans are booing. They're leaving the game. They're sending me comments and super chats saying, I'm not going to watch anymore. One guy sent in a comment saying, I'm selling my tickets for next week. Or it was the Vikings game, whichever one. Like, do you want to lose your fans? Because they're bailing on you. Because it's a joke of a product. Fix it. And to fix it, you first have to fire the people in charge. And that's what's going to happen here. Bears Now is sponsored by Rocket Money. The Bears are cheap. We'll see if they're willing to spend some money here. But if you want to save your money and cut back on your spending, download the Rocket Money app today. Go to rocketmoney.com/Bears now, as Rocket Money is going to help you find and cancel any subscriptions you no longer want. It'll monitor your spending, help you set budgets, and keep you on track on a monthly basis, and help you lower your bills even by up to 20%. All you got to do is submit a picture of your bill, and Rocket Money will take care of the rest. They'll deal with customer service for you. Most Americans think they're spending about $62 per month on subscriptions. The reality is it's closer to $300 because we all sign up for services and things that we either used to use or don't use anymore, or free trials. Then we forget about. We start getting charged. I know I'm guilty of that. Rocket Money will show you all your subscriptions on one screen, and with the click of just a few buttons, you can cancel any services you no longer want. Rocket Money has 5 million users and counting, and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 per year when using all of the app's features. So don't waste any time. Bears talking to you. RocketMoney.com/Bears now. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions. Can I cancel Matt Eberflus as this team's head coach? RocketMoney.com/Bears now. As far as like this game specifically, there's really not even that much to break down. I mean, again, DeAndre Swift's probably your best player, but it's not like he had a great game. I get it. The O-line is decimated. Tevin Jenkins left with an injury. I'm not saying it's easy, but you can't play like this. I mean, there's no energy. There's no effort. You can't block. Caleb's missing throws. He's taking sacks. Sometimes some are on him. Sometimes they're not. You still can't get DJ Moore going. He had a nice catch to start the second half, got fired up, and that was pretty much it. It's just the play calling is just atrocious. There was a 3rd and 3 where they tried to send DJ Moore in motion and throw a little swing pass to him 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. No one blocked. It got blown up. It's just, we've been here before. We've seen it before. It's the same shit, different coach, different story. But the one thing that's clear is that Matt Eberflus he's not a head coach in this league. He's just not. He's not a head coach in this league. And I'll say this right now. If Ryan Poles doesn't get that, then he's going to have to go too. He's going to have to go too, because this product is just not good enough. And some of the guys he's brought in here aren't good enough. Tremaine Edmonds hasn't been a very good signing. We don't even need to talk about Nate Davis, who was ruled out 3 hours before kickoff with some mysterious back injury. You got no offensive lineman. He bails out. I mean, it's just pathetic. It's so pathetic. And look, I get the level of competition you were playing, but you were 4-2. The offense looked fun and creative. Caleb was building confidence. I have never in my life seen a team coming out of a bye week collapse like this. They let the Hail Mary in Washington just decimate the season. And I know you didn't play that well in that game, but you can't tell me if they don't find a way to win that game to get to 5-2 that these last 2 weeks go the way they do. Now, maybe you lose them both, or maybe you lose one, but I don't think you lose 29-9 and 19-3. They have not recovered, and that's a lack of leadership from coaches to players. Well, you're not going to get rid of all the players, so you're going to have to get rid of the coaches. It's year 3 for Matt. He's 14 and 29 now? Yeah, 14 and 29. It's over, man. We don't have to pretend. We do not have to pretend. We don't have to try talking ourselves into thinking this guy can figure it out. He's not going to figure it out because he's not good at his job. He's just not. And I know it sounds harsh, and I know he's got a family, and he's going to have to move. And, well, that's part of being a football coach. He'll land on his feet. He'll be a DC, or he'll be a, defensive pass game coordinator. Like, he'll be fine. But he can't be the head coach of this team anymore, and Shane Waldron can't continue to call plays because you have to try and find some positive movement into the future with Caleb Williams. Because it felt like you had him rolling, and now not only is he not rolling, he's gone backwards. And that is extremely concerning and disturbing. It's a major concern for the Chicago Bears right now. Should the Bears fire Waldron and Poles as well? Like, should they just do it all? Eberflus, Waldron, Poles? Yes or no? I still want to believe in Poles. I still think he's done some good things. But I said it when they kept him this offseason. His loyalty to Matt Eberflus might get him fired. And it feels like we're at a crossroad. If I'm Kevin Warren, I'm sitting Ryan down tonight, and I'm saying, Ryan, this is your guy. You fire him, or I will. And if it's the one, and if it's the latter, and I have to do it, then you may have to go too. You're just going to have to do that because you're wasting time. It's a disservice to these players. It's a disservice to this quarterback. It's a disservice to the fans. Bears fans deserve so much better than this garbage. Like, I'm not sitting here acting like this is a Super Bowl team. You get decleated at home by New England. That's an embarrassment. That is an absolute embarrassment. And I'm tired of watching it. I'm tired of fucking watching it. Patriots win 19-3. Another putrid outing from Chicago. 0-3 coming out of the bye. Has a team ever gone from rolling into a bye to like this out of the bye? I can't remember it, but absolute disaster. Bears sit at 4-5. See what happens next. Be sure to subscribe as we're trying to get to 108,000 subs. And they make a coaching change, we're going to go live to break it down. I can promise you that. So don't miss out. Bear down.